the South. Ain't got really feel me. Feel us. East Coast feel me. Feel us. West Coast feel me. Say what?
What's up, y'all? It's Kaya. I'm back with this week's recap and review of All American, the finale, Champagne Glasses. I cannot believe this is the finale. This break, these weeks, these months, they about to be brutal. I don't know how I'm gonna make it, y'all. I don't even want to dwell on that. I'm just gonna get into this so it can keep me busy for a little bit here. Let's chat down below. Let me know what your thoughts were for this finale here. And where do you think we're gonna pick up when we come back? All I know is it better be them 6 to 8 weeks. I don't care. I know it's gonna be months for us, but for them, it bets to be those 6 to 8 weeks. No, they cannot be having whole lives going on over there without us knowing what's happening. Pick up from there, my man's. He better be healed up. Let's go. Let's get into it because there was a lot going on up in this finale too. I was like, thank you very much, y'all. Let's go. Pick up from last week, y'all. They're back at the house still. They're still on the floor. I said, dag, yo, y'all ain't even gonna let them get up. At least let them sit on the couch. Their couches. They ain't do none of that. But they still got them down there because last week, I remember them guests. I was like, how did guests get word or something? It was like somebody let them guests know that the swap was coming up in there. Because they all just dipped out of the party and it was just the main people left up in there. Something ain't seemed right. It was Wade. Now they still on the floor and homegirl Coop. I'm calling her homegirl now because I like you now, girl. Yeah, because in the middle, she had me a little iffy there in the middle of this week's episode, but she made up for it in the end. This girl was like, excuse me? No knock warrants are illegal. I said, Mama Laura told her that, y'all. Mama Laura been teaching her some things. Hold on, though, because this was the line that really sold me on her. I said, yo, and the way she delivered it, too, she was like, might want to call your boss. Cause I'm calling mine. I said she gonna call her. All the parents end up coming to the house, making sure the kids are good. Mama Laura, she about to look into this because y'all don't mess with her baby. Do y'all know who I am? I said, they don't know, Mama Laura, but you gonna let them find out. Liv girl, she was like, I know who did this. Oh, side note too, because let's just throw this out there. They was like, oh, where's Layla? And she said, she needed fresh air. Jordan with her. I said that did not miss my ears. It didn't miss my ears. So now Liv girl, she's telling Mama Laura, yo, this was Wade. Homegirl been getting phone calls all day from an unknown caller. And then she got the text with the devil emoji on it. So Spence is looking, y'all. He looking up to the side at her and he's just like, he look like he ain't believe it. And I was like, this ain't gonna go well. He's looking at her like he doesn't fully follow along with this thought process of hers that it is Wade. Which y'all know because a few weeks ago he was like, oh no, it's not him. It couldn't have been him. He was in the meeting, whatever. He made him believe his story. His lie that he was telling him a few weeks ago, he made him believe it, which is why he's kind of looking at her a little bit now. So when she continues and she's telling him how, you know, she's been digging into him still, his past, and she found some messed up stuff about him. You got Patience. I was like, Patience, girl, shut up. You're not helping. Patience go over here in the back and she was like, you was still digging into that? I thought you scrapped that story. Girl. So Liv girl, she was like, I did. But he don't know that. I said, yeah, he don't know that. Mind your business. It's between them, her and Spence, and Mama Laura, because she needs this information. Looking like this is the first time he heard of it. Because it is. We're about to get more into Bolivia later on. Communication, it's been struggling for them. So man's face, it done went from to, because she ain't tell him nothing. He in his feels a little bit now because once again he feels like she's not being open, and they promise to be open with one another, to share everything that's going on with each other. Communication is key, and he don't feel like that's happening, which it isn't. But I feel like this whole thing that's happening between the two of them, I think it's on both. They have been struggling, both of them, with communicating. Her feeling like she's able to express herself and how she's feeling, what she's going after, things that she's working on, just everything going on with her, feeling like she's able to do that with him, and him saying he supports her but not really showing it to a certain extent, you know? Like, it's easy to say it. It is easy to say it, y'all, but it's harder to actually show it and mean it. And I think for him, he's been struggling with that. So now, Liv girl looking at him, he looking at her, and these looks that they giving to each other, it's like, yo, we got problems. I said, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. But before we get there, let's continue. And to make it just a little bit worse is, man, he cut her off to be like, oh, let's just take a beat, you know, to stop her from talking about it right now, just because everyone's emotions at this point in time, they're on high because of what they just experienced together. And Mama Laura, she's over here agreeing with Spence. The look that Liv girl gives, though, I was like, ooh, looks could kill y'all. She's just like, yeah, let's just leave it be for now. She's gonna look into it, handle everything. And Liv girl, she tight because she didn't get to finish her thought. She didn't get to finish expressing herself and why she thought it was Wade, and how everything that she's been dealing with basically on her own this whole time, and what she's been processing on her own this whole time is what she was finally trying to share at that point in time with everyone, given what they had just gone through, and she wasn't able to do that. Now they're like, oh, we don't think you guys should stay in the house. Spence, this is what we've come to. Spence is like, they could stay with us at the beach house. They could stay with us. I said, ooh, I like that thought. I like that. But Liv Girl ain't like it. She was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna stay with my parents. She didn't want to stay with him. She didn't want to stay. Her choosing to stay with her parents is just, it's postponing the conversation, you know, her and Spence need to have with each other. Which I was like, when it comes, y'all, it's about to be something. Because at this point, we all know. It's the finale too, so we all know it. And it's coming to a head right here. And they're going to have to talk about everything that's been going on with them in their relationship. And I was like, also a little side note here too, because he said everyone could stay with him. And I was like, so is Lele, is Lele staying at the beach house with everything that's going on between her and Jor? They never even really touched on it. I figured though that she would be staying there and she would just be avoiding him. But then I'm also like, how many rooms they got up in there? That's like 4 right there with the guys alone. It's not that big of a beach house. So we know she wasn't staying with her daddy. He had to come find her at the studio because Jor sent him there. We're gonna get to that too. So I'm like, where is she staying at? Mama Grace, y'all. Mama Grace is about to be married to her man Carter. He was like, baby, at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger. We ain't getting no younger. Hey, you all the wild. Married. All I want you to do. Back it up. Before he proposed to her, right? She done knew about it. How? Back it up again. He comes to see Lil Dill and Spence, and they acting like they giving mans a hard time, right? But they was like, nah, you know what, homie? We've been signed off on you because we could see you love our moms. And if she happy, we happy. I say, yeah, Mama Grace, she deserves this. She does so much for the community, for her babies, for that school, for that man up in that school. He tells him he's planning on proposing. And Lil Dill, I said, Dad, yo, you barely be making appearances. And when they do show you, you opening your big mouth like this, he done let it slip. He ain't even let it slip out his mouth. He let it slip in his actions. He was like, wrong finger. He was like, Mama Grace sees him doing this, and she was like, oh, Carter gonna propose to me? I said, Dad, he is, girl. He is. So excited. You can tell us what she wants to, which if she wants it, she's happy. I want her to be happy. Go ahead, you go to Oakland. I don't think that's going to happen, y'all. I think somehow, some way, they're going to find a way to stay. So later on, Carter comes to the house. The boys are up in there. He catches on to the fact that they don't let it slip. Spence was letting him know. He was like, it wasn't me, yo. It was him. He chill about it because, you know, at the end of the day, he's still getting his woman. So he goes and he proposes to her, and she is so excited. She accepts it and says she's moving to Oakland. I'm like, wow. So Lil Dill, he really about to be out. We really not going to be seeing him. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like she gonna find a way to stay. It's not really much going on for her up in Crenshaw. Although actually, we saw her giving her little man, her baby, some advice. Spence, later on, we saw her helping him out a little bit in his troubles. So she might need to stay so she could give him some more advice. Make sure he good, you know. She sees him going through some things right now, and she got Beatty to help him navigate life because of what he's going through. Somehow, Carter, whatever he plans on doing politically up in Oakland, he gonna find a way to make them possibilities possible in either Beverly or Crenshaw. Y'all. Coop and Patience. I was like, it better be a one and done. A one and done, that's it. We get them at the beach house. This girl done made a whole spread because y'all remember she was like, don't worry, I'm gonna make you some because she ain't get no food last time. They seem too cozy for me. I said, they seem like they still trying to continue things down this romantic path with each other. I'm not for that right now. I'm not for it right now. This girl, Patience, I'm like, why are they making Patience girl so thirsty? Yo, she sees this new and improved Coop, and she really likes what she sees. Coop's still chill. She chilling. She was like, so what's going on between us, you know? And this girl, Patience, she's like, I don't know. I can't. This girl, Patience, is ready to dive back in. Patience girl, no. More work needs to be done on both parts before y'all can get back together right now. Y'all need to do other things. See other people. You know, like Sky, the girl she's currently dating, as you're now kissing her once again. Coop suggests that they get away for a little bit. And, you know, Patience all for this. She's like, yes, girl, come on. Let's rekindle this romance. Here we go. surprises me though. I said, look, this is growth. This is how you see you on the right path here, Coop. This is why I like you now, girl. She come meet up with Sky later. She was like, yo, Sky looks so nice too. When they sitting down up in the cafe, I said, ooh, girl, yeah. She look all fresh face and everything with the curls. I said, girl, come on. This is cool. This is for you right now. So they're sitting there talking. Sky is being all sweet. She wants to do the wine classes and everything. We could do it in my room. I said, I see where you going with that. Cool girl, she's been, as Sky is talking, you could tell it was on her mind. So when she puts it out there that she slept with Paige, I said, hold on. Just to throw some things out there as to what was happening at the same time that Paige and Coop were upstairs. Because not a lot of stuff that took a lot of time was going on. We had the confession going on. We didn't even get a response from that at the time. We had this Bolivia disagreement going on that left things up in the air with them. And then we had the group basically making up as a whole towards the end, right before SWAT came in. So Patience and Coop had time to sleep together and get dressed before coming downstairs. Cause I said, it must have been a quickie. I was like, it wasn't that much stuff going on between that time that they first went in for that kiss and they slept together, which I was like, y'all slept together? That makes it even worse. A kiss would have been like, alright, come on, that's kind of disrespectful because you know she in a relationship. But to sleep with her, both of y'all, Coop to sleep with her, Paige to sleep with her, they just stomped all over Sky. They just stomped all over her name, stomped all over who she was to Coop. You better tell her. And she did, y'all. I said, wow. This is where the growth is. She owning up to it. Sky girl, Sky takes it like a champ. Sky was like, I ain't even gonna lie to myself and say that you don't love her. I said, she do. She was like, but you're not in love with her. I said, ooh, that never crossed my mind, but that makes sense. I don't think she is, no. Because the look on Coop's face, Coop was looking like, I didn't even think of it like that. I said, you either, right? Yo, Sky girl though, Sky is so confident. Sky was like, you're just going back to what's comfortable. You're going back to what you're used to. I said, you are. This all makes sense. Coop takes it all in. I said, yeah, girl, grab onto all of what she's saying because all of what she's saying is making a lot of sense. And she goes back to Paige right after, y'all know she was the one who suggested they take that weekend trip. So we got Paige now sitting here with her luggage. This is not about to go well. She was like, yeah, no, I can't go. I can't do this. I can't, I think it's best we move on. I said, yo, she just packed the bags. Now you about to make her unpack them when you were the one who told her to pack them? Savage. For Paige, I think this is good though, that they are taking this time now to just sit with the breakup, accept the breakup for what it is, and just move on with new people. Paige move on, just focusing on her music. If she meets someone down the line, perfectly fine. I think this is great because it's very early into Coop's transformation, we'll say, her growth process. And let's just say this, y'all, Coop was the one who needed the most work. Between the two of them, Coop had nothing really going for her, like Paige told her. She was selfish. And she just needed to do a lot of work personally before I think she was able to fully invest and dedicate herself to a relationship with someone. It's still very early in this growth process for her, for these changes that she's making for herself. She's only a couple weeks in, y'all. And I think for her to try to get back with Paige right now, it's not the right time because Paige is what she's comfortable with, who she's comfortable with. That's her past. She gonna be her future. Don't even. But I think right now, going back to her at this time would be not the best call to make just because you'll revert back into old habits if you do that. I think you need more time to sit with these changes that you're making for yourself in order to be the best version of yourself, not only for yourself, but for her as well. And for it to be Sky that's in her life, I think that's something that she can handle right now because Sky is pushing her to try new things. Sky is a distraction for now. I know what Sky is. Sky is not here to stay, but Sky is good for the moment, and Sky is going to help push her more towards this person that's growing and learning. It's not even to say that Paige wasn't that person for her. Sky is only helping her on a journey that she's already started for herself. She had already started to make these changes before she met Sky, from her getting up in that community center to help Nana Marita. And I think now being with Sky is just continuing to help with that because Sky is something new for her. And eventually she's going to make her way back to Paige when she gets to that place that she needs to be at. But for now is not the time. This ain't it. And she knows that. So I'm cool with it. It's Bolivia, y'all. Let's break them down because there was a lot going on with our people. Our people, they're struggling, but they still made it in the end. It's not the tightest hold, but they're holding on for now. We left off with them basically going their separate ways in terms of where they're staying. She's staying with her parents, he's staying at the beach house. They're not really talking right now. Letting the other be for right now because of their disagreements and because how they felt in that moment back at the house and with everything that they each have going on still up until this point in time. So little girl's still dealing with the Wade situation. She's staying with her parents and she is, my girl, y'all see her laid up in the house looking at his live stream? I said, no, Liv, don't do this to yourself. He just wants him to go down for what we all know is his doing. And Mama Laura, she's working on that. So Mama Laura ends up letting them know that they were able to trace the calls back to Wade's phone and cops come to get Wade, right? Hold on, y'all, because at the end, when Wade comes back to Liv and says the thing about Garrett, this right here stood out to me. When the popo come up in to get him from the locker room, right after Mama Laura was like how they traced the calls back to him, and this man, Garrett, walks in there with them, and he's like, Wade, you gotta go with them, son. I said, why are you calling him son? Because that seems very delicate, very soft. And he's saying that like he doesn't really want to say it. He doesn't really want him to go with them. You gotta go with them, son. Something ain't right, y'all. Something ain't right. I said, no, that's it. That's a sign. Wade now has been taken in and we get back to the beach house. Spence comes up in there, Liv girl, she in there. I said, oh, we about to get a combo, y'all. And they don't look good based on that look on her face. My man come to grab her, right? She said, don't touch me. Liv girl pulled away. I said, this is what we've come to. She pulled out of his touch, his embrace. I said, no. So now we get into it because she's letting him know that she said it was Wade earlier. He ain't believe her. And he was like, no, I ain't know what to believe. I said, he ain't know who to believe. So it sounds the same as what you just said. He ain't believe you. But we just gonna leave it as what he said, you know? But to me, y'all, that still sounded the exact same. I believe you. So, but I didn't want to tell you I didn't believe you. I was trying. It seemed like he was trying to wrap his head around believing her, to do the math in his head to see how it could be Wade, you know, because they haven't been communicating like they should be. And he doesn't have all this information. So he only has but so much to go off of. So we're going to give him that. Hold on though, because after he says he don't know what to believe, I said, ooh. She looked down at everything. She wasn't even looking at him. She's still processing. She's trying to get her emotions in check. Cause little girl, she don't play, y'all. So when she get tight, which she is right now, she about to let it all out. So I'm like, this about to be a good fight though. So Spence is opening more about where he's coming from, not feeling as though she's communicating and being as open as she should be. You know, he told her from the jump that he would always support her. And I don't doubt that he wants to support her because he loves her with his whole heart. He loves Liv no matter what. But I think he struggles with keeping to that promise of supporting her, especially when it's something like this here where it comes so close to you and your career and what you're trying to achieve for yourself. And I think for her, so I said this before too, y'all, because at first, regarding the whole Wade article, I was like, you know, Jor put it out there, that information, and she's a journalist. You know, why wouldn't she take it and use it? Then I thought more on it. So then a few weeks later, I was like, yeah, no, you wouldn't have had that information had he not given you that information regarding Wade and why he was put out of that game. I'm going to stick to that. She would not have had that information had Jor not put it out there, had she not been as close to football because of Jor and Spence. And I get it, it's her career. As a journalist, if you get something good thrown in your lap, you gonna take it and run with it, you know? For her, she took it and she ran with it, cutthroat. And we knew Spence wasn't fully on board for this story. I think for him, had she just continued to open up, he would have taken it for what it was. You know, this was his girl, this is who he loves. I think it would have been a struggle for him to accept it, for him to be supportive of her, but at the same time, she wasn't giving him this information for him to try to support. But at the same time, for Spence, don't say that you're always supporting her, that you've always supported her, when you haven't always shown that to be true. When it comes to the article, you can tell during certain conversations that you're frustrated talking about it because you don't like the fact that she's writing this article. Like, you're supporting her because she's your girl. You're supporting her because you love her. Like, that's it. You don't support what she's doing. You're supporting who she is to you. And that's the only reason why you're trying to support what it is that she's actually working on. Hold on, y'all, because also, Halloween, when he comes up to her in the backyard and he's like, you're not working on the article, are you? why you gotta phrase it like that? You could just be like, oh, what are you working on? The fact that you're saying you're not working on the article and phrasing it as a question because you don't want her to be working on it, when this is something that you know is her job for her to write these articles, and you're referencing it as the article, sir, that's not helping anyone. It's not helping y'all's situation that y'all have going on here. This is why I go back and forth, because I'm like, I can understand why she doesn't want to open up to him about certain things, because he doesn't make it the easiest for her to do so. When he says things like this, you know, it makes you realize like he doesn't want me to be working on this. Not saying that he's not supportive of it, but it doesn't feel like he's supportive of it when he phrases the question as you're not working on. You know, I don't know. Let's say 50-50 until we get to this next scene. Wait, hold on. Those I love yous, y'all, broke my heart. I could feel it cracking. I said, no, don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. Liv letting him know that she's doubting herself and her instincts, and that's not something that she wants to do. It's affecting her work. It's affecting her career. Spence isn't bringing up the pretending that they talked about before the SWAT came in. And he's like, you've been pretending with me? I said, wait, it's her? I said, hold up. She's been putting on the front. And not to say that she's lying when she's with him. She's just not sharing everything with him. So it's just, she's pretending that everything is pretty much good. Everything is smooth sailing, that they don't have very many serious issues between the two of them, and letting things build and fester this entire time to a point where now she can't take it anymore. She's been pretending so long. This girl done got herself to a place where she's about to explode. Hold on, y'all. Because this girl, y'all, they were texting at one point, right? The text messages, it was the K that took me out. It was the K, which it takes me out because I was just talking to someone not too long ago, and they were like, it's so frustrating people just text you K because you couldn't even put the O. She couldn't even put the O. She could not. She was just like K. Her responses were so short, y'all. I said, no, she did not text this dude like this. Liv ends up getting informed that they released Wade, y'all, of all the charges. He done been let out. I said, oh no, we can't have this. She was like, yeah, no, we can't have that. So now Liv Girl and Papa Billy, they go to see Coach Garrett. They was like, bro, you can't put him out on that field after everything he's done to me. No, we can't have, not only to me, you see what he did up in his past, they don't want everything out there, right? And his parents and him tried to cover it up. No way, sir. So he takes all this into account. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna take him out. Mama Laura, she got a point, because Papa Billy, he being too nice, y'all. Too nice. And we already know he a selfish man. We knew it from early on, but then I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. But then over the last few weeks, we've really seen that, no, he's just selfish. So I think he has some other plans here. I don't know what he trying to get at, but it is not out of the kindness of his heart for his baby girl, his son, and his bonus son over there. No way. He got something else going on up in that mind. He would not have me fooled again. At the same time, Spence, my man, he goes to see Mama Grace. I said, is this how they're going to end up keeping her here because she wants to see her baby needs her? Possibly. She goes talking to him about him and Liv's situation. You know, he has his dreams. He has his career that he's going after. He's always had this in mind since he was a little boy, since he was a little baby boy. Liv Girl, she's just coming into her dreams and going after her career and what it is that she wants. And he needs to support that, but he also needs to give her the space and time to fully come into that dream and to fully go after that. I was holding on to them breaking up in the finale, y'all, and then getting back together mid-season, but then towards the end of the season, I was like, oh no, I can see them just ending things. Last week, I was like, I could see them just ending things kind of strained between the two of them, and then possibly, don't even come for me, but possibly breaking up early next season because something's going to come to a head, full head once again, and it's not what they thought was resolved. It's not fully resolved. And then they'll need a break before they can get back together. I think they do need time apart from each other, time to fully work on themselves, work towards their careers, and not feel like you're stomping all over the other's toes to get there. They're not even toes. You're not stomping all over the other person's body to get to where it is you want to be. Now we're back at the house, and he comes to see her. He's telling her, you know, he wants him to be good. This is his woman. Nothing means more to him than her. Liv is it for him. She's it for him. Even if they do take a break, she's it for him. He know he gonna find his way back. So he wants them to just be able to share and be open with each other. That's his main thing, just for them to get to a place. And if it's work that they need to do with one another to get to that place, and he's willing to put in that work. Liv Girl is like, I really hope you mean that, because I'm running a story on Coach Garrett. Earlier, I was like, oh yeah, it's both of them. I felt that way starting out. I did. I really did. But as I'm rambling on about them and I'm thinking more through what's going on with them, Liv Girl is she's really pushing it, I feel. And this is why. This whole Coach Garrett story, back it up. When she was heading out to school and she saw Wade, and Wade was like, you know what, I don't have nothing else to lose. So I got some dirt on Coach Garrett. Yo, if I'm going down, he going down with me. I said, oh. And she's going to take him up on that offer, y'all. She would not have this Coach Garrett story if it not be for Wade. If it was not for Wade, this girl would not have this story. If it had not been for George, she would not have had the Wade story. And she's going after these things because, like I said, you're about to be a journalist, you're a journalist, and it comes in your life, you're going to take it, you're going to run with it. But she sees how this has affected not only her relationship, it's affected her brother, and it's coming in between things that are important to her. It's coming into her personal life, and it's making these relationships strained for her. And she keeps doing it because she's getting these good stories. But it's not like there's nothing else to write about. Like, she's taking these stories, I'ma say it. She's taking these stories because it's easy coming to her. Like, these stories are being handed to her. And she's not going out there and finding her own. Like, she's not going out there. She's doing the work to dig deeper into them. But I mean, you could go dig for something else, girl. She could go dig for something else. Cause now I'm like, man, I see kind of where Spencer's coming from. He's like, yo, my future, that's my coach. He just put his arms around me and your brother. And this how you gonna do us? I said, Liv, what? I don't think I'm with it, y'all. I don't think I'm with it. No, I'm not, because she's doing too much right now. She's doing too much. She could find something else. She could most definitely find something else that is equally as important as this here, that would be as big of a story as this here, if she just did the work to go dig for that story, and then did more of the work to dig into that story. Also, she knows, you already saw what the Wade story did to your relationship, the argument y'all just had, the several arguments y'all have had in the past before this last argument, and now you're throwing this on him too, and you're like, I really hope you mean it, because I'm going after your coach. Your coach. Boo. No. Liv Girl trying it, y'all. I can't. She is pushing the limits, y'all. We're just getting rid of one conflict for another with them going into season 5. We'll see how that goes. Look here. We left off this man, Jor. He didn't get his response at that party. Nope. Which means because he done came into his feelings, he done fully accepted them feelings, he gonna get them feelings from her, he's gonna hear it from her. My man followed her to this studio because he said, all you did was stare at me. Nope, I'll make you talk, I'll make you speak up, girl. He was laying it on thick. He was like, everything I said at that party, I meant every word. I said, okay, Joy, you let her know your feelings are strong, your feelings run deep, your feelings are unwavering. Let her know. And my girl, she was just sitting there looking so nervous, y'all. I said, wow. You could tell it's what she wants. This is who she wants. And the fact that he is letting her know my feelings for you are solid, like they are not going anywhere. Girl was just sitting there struggling to take this all in. Struggling. After she done been swatted too, she's struggling. Joe was like, this is my girl, yo. They had them up on that floor. He was like, yo, I'm on this floor. But all he could think about was making sure she was good. He said, yo, you all right over there? She said, I need air. He said, all right, when we get up, I'm gonna go with you. And that's what he did. So them in the studio, she knows where this convo is headed, which is why when they walked in there, she was like, oh, you didn't have to come. Yes, he did, girl. She was trying to cut him off, y'all. She was trying to cut him off. When he started expressing his feelings and that he meant every word, she was like, no, let him finish. My man said, let me finish. I said, come on, George, go ahead, finish up. Mans was laying it on thick. My man was like, I want to be present. I want us to be present. Laughing, connecting, pushing us to be the best parts of ourselves. I said, he's really out here describing the friendship, yo, what they've already had. My man is over here describing that. I said, but he wants everything with you now, Lele. Everything. So when she was like, yeah, but we are doing that as friends. I was like, girl, he don't just want that. He was like, I want more. I said, okay, let me shut up. He knows. This is what got me though, because I said she can't lie to Jor. Like, she cannot lie to him. They can't lie to each other, which is why they be out here trying to avoid each other when things get real serious, as we've seen these last 2 weeks. Because she was like, I've already tried the more thing with Clay, and I ended up hurting him. Said if I remember correctly, at that party at the Baker house, Clay, he wanted more with her. He did. He was like, I want more. You know, I wanted to be more than just this booty call. She wasn't having that. She was like, yeah, no, because she was already building more with Jor. So I was like, girl, you were not trying to do more with Clay. I don't know where you got that from. But what did get me though was her talking about she already dated Spencer and Ash. I can't be the girl who dates everyone in the vortex. I said, listen here. I said, yo, she is really trying to think this through. This girl is digging deep. Every time he's talking, she's just in her mind, like she's processing what he's saying, but she's in her mind trying to think of every excuse as to why she can't go after what it is she truly wants, which is him. The fact that you said to him throughout there that you've already dated these other 2 guys in the vortex, you're really trying to hold yourself back, because it's not even saying I don't have these feelings for you, I'm not interested in you, we do not have a connection, there's nothing here between us. It's I can't do it because I've already tried more. I can't do it because I've already dated 2 of our friends. I have to give my man Jor props though, because he is holding steady, he is holding strong. He's like, okay, he thought about it, he did, he understands where she's coming from. He's been here through all of this, y'all. That's my thing. My man has been here through everything that this girl has gone through. He's been there. He's seen it all. So he understands what she's talking about. But I still want to know how you feel about me. She hit him with the best friend card. She hit him with the best friend card, which wasn't a lie. That is most definitely her best friend. But that's not all he is to her. She knows that. He knows that. Just to see his face fall, I said, yo. Because she's hitting him with the best friend card and saying how she doesn't want to lose that. She doesn't want to lose what they've built with each other up until this point. But I'm like, girl, you could take that and you could make it so much more because of the connection and the understanding that the 2 of you share with each other. But it's just gonna take her some time. She's trying to resist right now. She's trying her best, but it's gonna come down. She's always here. Lily's back at the studio. Daddy comes to see her. Jor basically had him checking up on her. I said, look at this, y'all. She's like, I'm fine. Jor's checking up on me enough for the both of you. I said, every hour. She said, every hour. This girl called him her best friend, but he's so gone. He's so into this girl. He wants this girl so bad. He's down so bad for her. He's still checking on her every hour, even though he done got hit with the best friend card, even though she has still not expressed her feelings to him, for him. Nope. And he's still checking on her. Every hour, on the hour, he is on it. He even sent a daddy. He said, yo, go make sure she's good. Just make sure you're able to lay eyes on her, because she avoided me. I said, wow, he was avoiding her. Now she avoiding him. At some point, they gonna come together. Daddy, it's Papa JP for me. Which Papa JP, you know I done gave you your props before, my mans, but thank you very much for this, because you said open your heart, baby girl. It's gonna stick with me for forever. It's gonna stick with her too. So he makes the reference. He was like, you and Jor. He was like, is something going on between you and Jor? And she's like, what? No, we're just friends. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll mind my business. I was like, she know what's up. He know what's up. That's why he just gonna let it be. Let her come to this on her own. Let her deal with this on her own. He's not gonna push her, especially because their relationship hasn't always been the best. He's not gonna push her on this. Jor is that person for her, and she's not gonna lose him. So at some point, this girl gonna come around. And she sure did, y'all. Meanwhile, we have Jor, who Wade had got taken into custody earlier. And Jor, I was like, oh, my man Jor is up in the game. And he sure was, until Wade got out and then they was trying to put him back up in there. So they took it from him again. I said, how y'all gonna give it to him and then take it away? That ain't right, man. So Lele girl, y'all, I heard the little music playing. It was nighttime. Jor was sitting by that fire. I said, oh, she's coming. She came walking out, right? It was a little hand touching the back of his chair as she sat down. And she's sitting there so nervous. It's the way she's sitting there so timid next to him, because she hasn't seen him since the studio. My man's just like, I'm starting to think you were avoiding me, because she was. Like you said, you're able to push yourself to be the best part of yourself. So that's something that she sees you're struggling with, something that's important to you right now, and something that you wanted so bad and it was taken from you. So she gonna come make sure you good. I said, yo, look at this. To put everything aside that they're going through and just to be there for him, We know how awkward she feels right now. We know she has these feelings that she's trying to hold in as best as she can. It ain't really working. And that she's been trying to avoid him, you know, to not have to deal with this that's going on between the two of them. But now to put all that aside to come to him because you know that he's struggling right now and that he needs someone and that someone is you. It's you, girl. She gonna show up for her man. So she sat there and my man's Joy, he starts pouring out to her how he's feeling. Just to think before, when they were in the studio and he was saying how it's Wade's team and he just has to take it, what they're doing to him, because he's below Wade and all the other guys on the team and everything. He's still on his come up. But now to hear him say how bad he wants this, that he knows he deserves this, and he wants it now. He doesn't want to wait. He wants it now. Look I had on my face is look this girl had on her face. She looks so proud to see the confidence in him and for him to just be this passionate about football, about his dream. He says all that and then ends it with, but it's Wade's team. She said, no, boo, no. I'm not gonna let you falter here. No. We're gonna keep that confidence up. She said, yeah, boo, but you worked your ass off to get where you're at. Let him know. Let him know, Lele. Come on, boost your man up. The hand grab, y'all. She went to go grab the hand, and then her finger was rubbing his. He noticed it too. He looked at it. He said, there's definitely something here. This is not the end. I know for a fact. I said, come on, Jordan, go get your woman, go get your game first. But then come get your woman. Just give her a little bit more time. And he sure did. They're at this game, right? He ends up punching Wade. I said, ooh, that's right. My man said that's for my sister, but more so for my lady, because you had her on the ground in that nice silk dress of hers. And that's why he punched him in the face. So my man go back in the game, right? He's struggling. It's the way him and Lele are making eyes at each other, yo, on the field. She's cheering her whole heart out for her man. Hold on, backtrack. I cannot believe I missed this. Hold on. Split second for a minute here. Spolivia. Spence was struggling in this game a little bit too. A lot of it. He was struggling a lot of it in that game. He was struggling hard. That girl Liv, she was MIA because they didn't have their little differences, yo. Until she couldn't take it no more. She said, oh, he needs me. He needs me. That girl came on that field and stood and started cheering for her man. He looked, he saw her over there. He said, all right, let me play right. I can play right now because she here now. And he redeemed himself because she done came out there. I said, that's how you do it for your man. You know he needs you. You got to be there to support. Lele girl, she said, my man need me. She was there to support. So they are over there cheering their hearts on the side of the field, right? For their booze on the field. I said, yes, come on, y'all. Oh, Papa Billy. Jor, his hand is struggling. Oh, my hand is not doing what it's supposed to do. So he has to throw the winning throw with his left. I said, wow. Ambidextrous. So we get back to the house, right? The lead-in coming from the beach with the music. I said, I know exactly where this is going. Take me in there to Jordala. This girl, when it gets in there, she looks so worried. Joy walks in there. He has a slight look of surprise on his face because she's there and she could tell something was up with his hand because girl was like, how's the hand? How did you know? She said, I was mostly focused on one player. That's you. That is you, George. Mostly. No, the whole time, girl. Go ahead. Don't even try to play it. She went and got him the bag of peas, right? Walks up and puts the peas on his hand. Oh, what happened? She's touching on his hand, y'all. Touching on his hand. Because at this point, she don't even care. I've been avoiding you? No, I don't care. We still got something to talk about? I don't even care. I got to make sure you good. My girl was touching on his hand. She was like, what happened? He's telling her, I punched Wade in the face. She said, oh, my boo, with the pair he grew. She told him to grow that pair. He grew it for her, y'all. Nah, he always been loving to knock people out. But in this moment, this is for Lele. He said, yeah, I'm gonna let her know I punched him in the face, girl. I did that. And I still threw the winning touchdown. I said, yes, you did, my man. She was like, nice, tough guy. It's the way this dude threw out, yeah, for me. He just, after she said tough guy, he was just like, yeah, to throw away. Like, so simple, so light. You could barely catch it because this man was so lost in her at that point from that smile. He was lost when he saw her up in there. But when she smiled at him on the nice, he said, he looked away for a second, had to bring them eyes right back up. He was stuck on her face. My man is over there stroking her. I said, wow, he's holding on to the hair. He's rubbing on the hair. All he wants is her. All he wants is her. He wants her confession. He wants them to just be together as one. And he about to get it. He gonna make sure he gets it because she is too close not to make this happen. And girl, she can't deny it no more. Not right now. With how they feel right now, it's the music. You can just hear the lyrics in the background just building up with them and the conversation that's happening. She's trying to deny him. She's like, Jordan, She couldn't even get the rest of it out. All she got out was his name. He was like, tell me you don't feel it. I said, she can't do that. She's not even gonna try to do it. The way you looking at her right now, this moment between you two, and you're asking her these specific questions, she can't lie to them questions. She can't lie. He was like, tell me I'm crazy. She couldn't do that either. She couldn't do it either. She was not gonna try to do it. No way. That girl lost it at that. The look on her face, he's pleading to her. She's pleading to him. You know what it was? The first tell me he says, it's like, tell me you don't feel it. What's happening between us? And it's just a simple tell me, as if try to deny it. His next tell me, when he's like, tell me, in this moment, pleading. My man sound like he's pleading with her. To his last tell me, he's like, I dare you to try to tell me that I'm crazy, girl. I dare you. She could not. She could not. She said, truth or dare? Truth. You're not crazy, boo. You're not crazy. I said, girl, let him know. Let him know. Come on, close the space. They closed it. The freaking lean into love. I said, stop. Take me back to prom. Take me back to prom. Y'all know what y'all doing. AA. Y'all are so good to us. They closed that space. Y'all, the passion in their kiss, it wasn't even like a we couldn't wait for this moment. It was a we can finally be at peace with one another type of kiss. Like they were just themselves completely giving into one another in that moment, and finally be able to really express how they've been feeling, what they've been building, and what they felt building between each other this whole time. Homegirl grabbing onto him. I said, reach for your man. He's leaning more into the kiss. I said, oh, come on, Jor, that's yours. Come on, Lele, that's yours. He goes back in for that kiss and tries to, I know he was trying to lift that hand up to grab onto her because she done grabbed onto him. He said, Dad, you got 2 hands on me. I got to put 2 hands on you. He couldn't even do it. He was like, because his hands started hurting. Yo, she didn't even catch one after the first when he put it out there. It took her several to realize that this man was in pain because of that hand, because she was so into that kiss. And then she was like, oh, sorry. I said, girl, don't be sorry, because he ain't even sorry. This how you know they can't lie. He didn't even say, no, it's fine, because he know that hand not fine. Now he feeling the pain. He said, oh, yeah, this thing do hurt. He was like, it's worth it. I will take this pain for you. I will accept this pain for you. Come on, girl. And went back in for that kiss. You know what it is, too? When he goes back in for the kiss and she's pulling away, you could see he gave her too long to think about it. It was too long. You could see her head turn to the side in that split second where she had enough time to think about it, because she had that look on her face as he's leaning back in. And she was like, Jordan, no. Look, I ain't even gonna knock it. She made good points. He was about to marry Simone. They did just break up. This man said, though, he said a wedding that never happened. I said, I mean, Vegas. Vegas happened, but we ain't even gonna count that, you know? He wanted no parts of that relationship. He said, I don't recall. My man's Jor is just ready to move forward. He's ready to move on. But she's thinking here. She's thinking more on it, because yeah, it was a little fast wedding in Vegas. Yeah, they were thinking about making it an official wedding in Beverly. And things did end with them, and it ended because of his feelings for you. But at the same time, they were together for a minute, and they were trying to make things serious between the two of them. So and because she's been hurt in the past too, so she just wants to make sure that they're going into this strong, and that they're going into this good and solid. Which makes sense. I get her wanting to just take their time getting into something serious with each other. My man's Joy said, okay, but I'm still gonna get my confession. You got feelings for me, girl. It's the way she like puts her head down and so timidly and shyly says yes. I said, that is the cutest thing ever. Before looking back into his eyes to let him know, I mean it too, boo. I do got feelings for you. I said, y'all gonna take me out. I think what I also really like is because this is the purest I feel her feelings for anyone has ever been. Because she's been through so much before, she was still dealing with a lot. This is the purest she's ever been able to truly have feelings for someone from a genuine place. And to have all the weight and stress of everything that she's previously dealt with lifted off of her shoulders, to really sit in these feelings that she has for him, and to be able to share that with him. And Jor was a big part of helping her get to this place. I'm like, yo, to see where they're gonna go from here, y'all, it's gonna be so good. Playful Wade went right back to him, just like touching on her nose, because he's like, I'll wait. My man said he will wait, and he ain't lying either. I'll wait, because you can't resist me forever. I said, she can't. She can't. She ain't gonna be able to do it. I give them a couple of weeks, y'all. You know what? I'm gonna give them 6 to 8 weeks. Why? Because that's when my man's jaw hand is gonna be healed. My man, his hand is broken, y'all. It's broken for 6 to 8 weeks. They're both about to be struggling, but they about to have each other. Because when Daddy came back to the studio talking about the changes to the record label, I said, no, this is where Clay comes in. This is where Clay comes in. And she thought he was gonna give it to her. But she did, hold on, because she did say before she wanted to make it on her own. And I feel like she did have a change of heart. She did. But it was too late because Daddy, Papa J. Peter said he gave it to Clay. And I said, yo, you know what this means, y'all. Jealous Jor. Jealous Jor. I am not going to be able to take this. This is going to be so good to see Jealous Jor. And to just have her letting him know, I don't want no parts of that man. Nothing to do with him. It's going to be so good, y'all. So good. There's so much to break down. Don't even worry because I'm coming back to y'all with character breakdowns, couple breakdowns over the next weeks, months, weeks. It'll be weeks, but they'll be going on for a couple of months. We're gonna fully break down season 4 of everyone's character development over this season to see where they started this season at and where they ended at this season. I was up and down, as we can tell, because look where I started with Coop Girl, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I love her. I'm changing, man. We're going places, but there's so much to see happen with everyone at this point. So I'm just like, season 5, damn, I'm counting down the days. But that is everything for today's video, and I will see y'all next time. Peace. Carter, whatever he plans on doing politically up in Oakland, he gonna find a way to make them possibilities possible. And either Beverly or Crenshaw.